I've got to get myself a tripod. I was imagining big again because the cameraman I was not a good cameraman. So I have got to get myself a tripod. Hi everybody. Let's make some scones. Clean dish, clean hands. 4 cups of flour. You need to sift your flour. Don't do what I'm doing. It's a bad habit. Sift your flour. Please sift your flour too. Don't do what I'm doing. Because I'm used to this. So, I'm advising you to sift your flour. And then once you finish putting 4 cups of flour, make sure that there's a cup for rolling your scones. Okay? And then you put your coconuts. I have to finish it because I love coconut scones. So okay. I'm glad to manipulate. And then you put your baking powder. Remember, sifage 4 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, again, I put 1 more. Do not judge me. And I mix it together. This is where you put a pinch of salt if you are a salt person. But this is where I end with my dry ingredients. Then you take your margarine. Make sure that it's like rock cold. Put it in the freezer before you bake your scones. It makes it easier to blend in with the flour. Then you grate it. You grate it inside. Okay, I've grated my my margarine. I just want to show you how it's supposed to look like. You see, when you have grated it, this is how it's supposed to look like. And then all you need to do is just mix it together gently, mixing it together, incorporating it with flour. Mixing it, incorporating with the flour until the flour turns from white to being yellowish consistency. But do not over blend it, because those rock hard lumps of margarine or specks of margarine, they need to be left. That's how actually it becomes a nice biscuit as it is as a scone. So once you're done mixing, it's just done because you grated it. So there's not a lot of work. It would be a lot of work if you had cut your margarine into cubes. So yeah, and then once we're done doing this, you put your dry dough aside. Okay, we're back. Wet ingredients. Now, the reason why we didn't put sugar on the dry ingredients because it doesn't dissolve well when you put it with flour. So 1 egg. Okay, actually I shouldn't be mixing eggs right directly. So what I'll do, these are 4 eggs. I have to mix the eggs separately so that if they have any shell that it's left, I'm able to clean it. So 4 eggs. You can use less, you can even use 2. The choice is up to you. Obviously, it does alter taste a bit. So that's why I'm using 4 large eggs. I won't put all of them inside because I have to leave some of the eggs for coating the scones. The reason why I'm making this tutorial is because a lot of people are able to bake, but there's just baking scones is quite tricky. So I've mixed the egg and I'm going to put 2. Obviously, Nala, it depends on your liking. Normally, a teaspoon is enough of your vanilla essence. So I've put 2. And then what I'll do is I'll just put I'll leave maybe 2 spoons of the egg mixture behind for the coating at the end of the scones. So here's my sugar. I'm just going to put the mixture that I've mixed inside, and I'm leaving. See, I'm leaving this little bit for coating. And then I mix it. I love the eggs. The eggs are very good at dissolving sugar. You know, eggs and oil are good at dissolving sugar. Obviously, when you're using oil while you're baking. So now I want to put inside mass. Some people use milk, but I love mass. Sour cream scones are the best, according to me. This is where the trickier part is, because when you put a lot of mass or a lot of sour milk within your dough, it makes it wet, and then you do not achieve the goal that you're supposed to achieve when it comes to scone making. The sensitivity of it is that you do not put a lot of sour cream. So what I do, as I did say, I'm making 4 cups. So per 4 cups, I'm going to put a half a cup of sour cream. You will see the end result, because the scones dough is not supposed to be runny. It's not supposed to be wet at all. Remember, scones are biscuits. They are supposed to be able to stand. They're not supposed to slide and look like, you know, the beauty of the scones is when you see it thick as such, but still standing and looking a bit crunchy, if that's the good wording. So I'm going to put my mass, and then I'll mix it again. Now, these are our dry ingredients. Remember, we put water. We put the margarine. What I would suggest in a hot weather like this, after you've gathered together your dry ingredients and you've put the margarine, for it not to melt, you can put it in the fridge while you are assembling the wet ingredients for the scones. Because remember, the secret is to make sure that the ingredients are as cold as possible when you put them in the oven. So especially the margarine and the buttercream. In fact, you can use buttercream directly from the fridge when it's time to use it. That is why the margarine that I was using was stone cold. You know, the trick is to make sure that it stays lumpy, it stays cold, it stays chunky, it stays cold while you are baking the scones dough. So now this is my wet ingredients. So now let's assemble together. Now, when it comes to mixing the scones dough, I don't know how. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, you don't really go like this, like as if you're doing ujeko or steamed bread. No, just use the tips of your hands. Incorporate it gently. Use the tips of your hands. Incorporate it. This is the consistency we are looking for. It shouldn't be wet at all. It shouldn't be wet at all. See, if the consistency is looking like this, I rest assure you, you'll have the best of scones. So now I'm done. This is the consistency I need. Now, how do I turn this into my baking flour so that I can shape it? You use the very same mixture. Then you can bound it together like this. Put it on your bound it together like this. I'm just going to do it quickly. There's my flour. Remember the flour that we put aside? On your baking floor, place it on the baking floor and smash it. Some people, they like to use the rolling pin. I don't like using the rolling pin. I like to shape it with my hands. Shape it with my own hands. See, you've put it gently on the floor, right? Okay, I normally use a scone cutter, but for today's video, because you can use whatever you have in the house, I'm just going to use this cup to cut. Now, you have got to have a flour that is aside, that you coat. Every time you coat the flour, you go to the dough, you cut. Please do not shake it like this. It loses the shape of the scone. You go to the flour, you place it down. Easy. And then you take, look at these. You see, they're thin, but you'll see when they rise, right? And then you place them nicely on the tray. I like my scones to rise like together. I don't put the space between them. For me, I just don't like to. So, okay. I put them in a pan. I'm sorry. As I did say, that today I'm only going to use what we all have in the house so that you don't think it's complicated. Remember the eggs that we had left behind? I'm going to use a spoon to coat the scones on top. Nicely. Normally we'd use a brush, but we are not about that. We're trying to make it as simple as possible and easy for everyone to do. The reason we put eggs on top of the scones, the reason we coat them is to make sure that they're beautiful golden brown when they come out on top. You know, they are beautiful. So yeah, we're going to see the end result as soon as they are well baked. So yeah, see you later. This is how they turned out. Just wanted to show you that scone is a biscuit. Yeah.